Today, we're diving into three chilling stories that take place in or around deep water, each one strange, tragic, and unforgettable. As always, viewer discretion is advised that on March 9th, 1997, as the late afternoon sun settled over Napa County, California, crowds gathered along the edge of Lake Berryessa. People weren't there to fish, swim, or picnic. They came to witness something extraordinary: the Morning Glory Spillway, a massive concrete funnel that swallows millions of gallons of water when the lake rises too high. When the water level is low, it looks surreal, like something ripped straight from a video game. A huge circular opening, perfectly geometric, plunging deep into the earth. But when the lake is high, the spillway becomes even stranger. From a distance, it seems as though the entire reservoir has a drain in its center, calmly sucking water into the abyss. The structure itself is no tourist attraction. It's a vital part of California's flood control system. The Monticello Dam, a 304-foot concrete arch completed in the 1950s, created Lake Berryessa, and the spillway is its safety valve. When rainfall or snowmelt overfills the lake, the excess water slides silently into this 72-foot wide opening, plunges 200 feet straight down, narrows to a 28-foot pipe, and then blasts out downstream. There's no switch to flip. Once the lake hits its maximum height, 44 feet above sea level, the spillway automatically activates. At full flow, it can drain an Olympic swimming pool in less than 2 seconds. The water doesn't churn violently at the top, either. The surface stays eerily calm, a glassy current gliding over the rim into darkness. Naturally, it fascinates people. Drone footage, news clips, and documentaries have all captured its mesmerizing beauty and terrifying power. But in March 1997, fascination turned to horror. That afternoon, several witnesses noticed a fully clothed woman named Emily swimming toward the center of the lake. At first, no one seemed concerned, but as she drifted closer to the spillway, shouts erupted from the shoreline. People screamed for her to turn back. Whether she didn't hear them or refused to listen, Emily kept swimming. The surface current near the spillway wasn't chaotic, but it was deadly. The closer you got, the stronger the pull became. By the time onlookers realized how much danger she was in, she was already caught in its grip. Some reports say Emily managed to reach the concrete edge and cling to it desperately for 15, maybe even 20 minutes, while horrified spectators watched, powerless to help. The Morning Glory Spillway can't be shut off like a faucet. There's no rescue equipment that can reach someone trapped on its rim. So when Emily's strength finally gave out, she slipped silently into the dark funnel. News coverage of the incident varied wildly. Some early stories implied she stepped deliberately into the opening. Others described it as a tragic accident. Whether intentional or not, Emily became the spillway's only known victim, a haunting reminder that even the cleanest feats of engineering can hold lethal secrets. During World War II, few naval vessels captured the imagination quite like the French submarine Surcouf. Built as an experimental cruiser submarine, it was designed to combine heavy firepower with underwater stealth. On paper, it was supposed to revolutionize submarine warfare. In reality, it was plagued by mechanical problems from the very start. Launched in the late 1930s, the massive sub spent more time undergoing repairs than serving at sea. When Germany invaded France in 1940, Surcouf sailed to Plymouth, England, to avoid capture. But tensions ran high. Winston Churchill, fearing French ships could fall into German hands, ordered British forces to seize them. The Surcouf was boarded at gunpoint. Its crew faced an ultimatum: join the Free French forces or be sent home. Most refused, leaving the sub undermanned and politically awkward. The British Navy viewed Surcouf as more trouble than it was worth. Its unique design made it difficult to integrate with Allied fleets. But the Free French government insisted on keeping it in service as a symbol of resistance. The submarine's wartime career was a string of mishaps: fires, electrical failures, flooding incidents, even gas leaks from botched dives. Rumors spread that it was unreliable at best, treacherous at worst. Some even whispered it was secretly aiding German U-boats. By early 1942, patience with Surcouf had run out. To remove it from Atlantic operations without officially decommissioning it, Allied commanders ordered it to sail for Tahiti via the Panama Canal. On February 12, 1942, the Surcouf departed Bermuda with 130 men aboard. It never arrived. The official explanation, released nearly 3 years later, claimed the submarine collided with an American freighter, the Thompson Likes, off the coast of Panama around February 18th to 19th. The freighter reported hitting something at night, hearing an explosion, and even, according to one account, voices in English crying out from the water. But fearing they had struck a German U-boat, the crew didn't stop to investigate. Why did it take months to announce the loss of Surcouf and years to share the collision theory? Why did witnesses report English cries if the crew was French-speaking? No wreckage was ever found, and doubts linger to this day. Some historians suspect friendly fire. U.S. patrol aircraft reported sinking a large submarine near Panama the same morning Surcouf vanished. Others believe sabotage or deliberate elimination, removing a vessel that had become more political liability than military asset. Whether struck by freighter or bombed by mistake, the submarine's end was horrific. If the impact didn't kill the crew instantly, they faced fire, gas, flooding, and total darkness as their vessel sank. With no survivors and no confirmed wreck, Surcouf remains one of World War II's great mysteries. By age 50, Dr. Guy Garman, known to friends as Doc Deep, had lived an extraordinary life. Raised by missionary parents in the Peruvian Amazon, he grew up fearless and curious, traits that stayed with him through medical school and a successful career as an ear, nose, and throat surgeon in Tennessee. In 2010, Guy moved with his family to St. Croix in the U.S. Virgin Islands. There, his fascination with scuba diving quickly escalated into obsession. Within 2 years of taking up the sport, he announced plans to break the world record for deepest recreational scuba dive. The record, 1,090 feet, set by Egyptian diver Ahmed Gabr in 2014, was considered nearly untouchable. Achieving it required military-level precision, specialized equipment, and a massive support team. But Guy believed he could do it with just 4 years of experience and fewer than 600 total dives under his belt. He spent 2 additional years meticulously planning. He staged nearly 30 tanks along a dive line anchored at 1,300 feet, strapped 7 more tanks to his body, and assembled a 28-member support crew spread across 3 boats. The plan was to descend to 1,200 feet on August 15, 2015, clip a marker to the line as proof, and then ascend slowly over 10 hours with decompression stops along the way. 2 support divers accompanied Guy to 200 feet before letting him continue solo into the darkness. 38 minutes later, he was supposed to reappear at a 350-foot station, but he never did. No bubbles rose to the surface, no sign of movement on the line. Search teams swept the area, but since Guy was tethered to the dive rope, everyone knew if he was alive, he'd have to come up that line. He never did. 3 days later, his body was recovered. Experts criticized the dive as dangerously ambitious. His lack of deep water experience, his heavy equipment load, and the absence of deeper support divers were all major risks. Even now, no one knows exactly what happened at 1,200 feet, only that Guy's dream cost him his life. As of today, Ahmed Gabr's 2014 record still stands. Guy Garman is remembered as a man who dared to push human limits and paid the ultimate price. Thank you for watching. If you've got a story suggestion, send it in. And if you'd like to support the channel or becoming a member here on YouTube, see you in the next one.